Hello, good afternoon, class. My name is Terrell Thomas, and for our first assignment today, we'll be talking about what democracy is to me. So just like the class assigned, I did ask two close people, what democracy meant to them. I had asked my wife, my lovely wife, and I had called one of my best friends that I was in the military with this weekend, and they informed me. We had a good conversation with both of them, but ultimately, I feel like our answers were all the same. Democracy to them, what I got from them was mainly just the freedom of expression to vote, freedom to just pick what type of government stuff out, just freedom of choice, really. And that's really what I got from it, just freedom to the people's freedom to make choices for our country. Now, personally, I feel the same way, of course. I feel like democracy is a very, very important thing. But me personally, I also feel like democracy can be a facade. And I will talk about that more and more. But growing up, I come from a home where we weren't really a political home. We didn't really. My father and mother really never talked about politics that much. My father did what we did. My dad did express growing up, which is kind of part of democracy, is voting. Now, voting was a very important thing, and my dad always, when we got to the age of 18, he always wanted us to know who was running for president, who was doing certain things, certain laws that getting passed in our community and stuff. So, and that standpoint of democracy and stuff like that, my dad was very serious about that. So we had to know like who was running for president, or certain laws in the state of California, because I am from California. What's going on, and I think that's the most important thing about democracy. Is knowing what's going on, being aware of what's going on in our government, in our country, and things like that. But going back to my thing about democracy, about being a facade a little bit, is, and I have one prime example. Well, when I was in the military, I was in the military for 8 years, but back in 2020, not too long ago, they had the COVID shots, you know what I'm saying? And I felt some type of way about it, because I felt like even though they gave us a choice, we really didn't have a choice. And I know it wasn't. I know, it was a big pandemic, and I know people were really getting killed and stuff like that. And I understand those things, so I don't take those things lightly. But my main point about it is that they said we had a choice, but we really didn't have a choice. Like, just like in certain media, how they push certain things for people to get the vaccine, or I know in the military standpoint, they made us. There was no choice or anything like that. And I know a lot of other people that went through the same things, that were in the military, that were forced to get something that they wanted to. So that's why I feel like democracy in our country can be a facade. I feel like certain times our government pushes certain agendas and certain things that kind of ultimately makes you want to do those things, or inclined to do what they want. And that's what my problem with democracy. I just feel like for our country, they push agendas and they push certain things that they want to push us to. And I feel like that's my problem with democracy. I feel like, there's little middle things in there that maybe I need to do more research about and stuff, and I'm thankful I'm in this class about. But those are my main things about democracy. But overall, talking to my best friend Jock, and my wife, um, I just feel like democracy is freedom of choice. If I could break it into, just freedom of choice, true freedom of choice. And that's my main thing about democracy. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was what the assignment was about. But that's my whole thing about democracy. So I'm glad that I'm excited to hear the responses of what people have to say and stuff and tomorrow and things like that. So um, for the rest of class, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about democracy, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed day.